guys, as always, Shazam! Welcome to the Appalachia Bees. I am mad. And I think you're going to be as well. By the end of this, you're going to be, at minimum, frustrated, but it's not good. So I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you 3 that are doing pretty well this week in the house floor or on the house floor. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of Hard Truth Monday, and probably with a splattering of Appalachian Italian. I feel it coming on already. I can't get enough of it. This is take 2. Sometimes y'all are like, let us see what the first take, because it's going to be so funny. It's not funny. I got going with the Italian and I couldn't quit. And here we are. Buckle up. Here we go. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by my friends over at CMMG, giving this bad boy away. Now, here is the dealio. I've been talking about this for about a week and a half. I think you got 3 more days, maybe 4. Don't hold me to that. But it's this week. This thing is ending. It is a monster giveaway, including the Resolute 300 with a Geisley trigger in it. It's a top shelf from CMMG, plus a whole lot of swag from Shall Not Comply. Going away this week. Now, I can't tell you where to go to enter, but it's really easy. Type into your browser, cmmg.com/sweepstakes. Super easy to find. Big thank you to folks at CMMG, and I'm really excited. I think I'm going to get to be a part of the giveaway, like actually when they do the giveaway or announcing it, I'm not sure, but it's going to be fun. So I'm excited about that. Thank y'all. Hope it's fun. Hope y'all enjoy it. I am excited. Tell you what else I'm excited about is you people. Thank you for every thumbs up. Y'all crush it all the time. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. I really do. Thanks for always checking that subscription and ringing the bell and all of that stuff. I have never mentioned this publicly. Never have, not once. But I want to say thanks to all the folks that hit applause. And I'm not trying to get you to do that, but a lot of folks do. I didn't know what it was, and I kept seeing it. So thank you for that as well. Y'all are awesome. Awesome, awesome, possum. Okie dokie, artichoke. That's from Spicy Friday on Friday. Next. All right, here's the deal. I'm a little bit frustrated with this, and let me build up to it. I want to go through a few things, but tell you really why I'm a little bit upset. And it's aimed at the rhinos. It's like, can we, like every time I think they think they got me, I think I'm out. Like I think like it's good. They pull me back in. The rhinos just keep pulling me back into this frustration cycle because I start to trust them. I start to trust this guy I want to talk about in a minute. And I like him. I think he's cool. Like he's one of my cheeseburger politicians. Yes, I know all politicians on some level are crooked. I get that. But if I had to go eat a cheeseburger with one of the guys from Congress or Senate, this is one of my boys. I kind of like him. He pulled me back in. Here's the deal. A little bit mad about this. Let me open with a little bit of a Hard Truth Monday. They're better at this game than we are. They are. People right now are always asking about the who's in charge, because he ain't. The Sniffy McGee ain't in charge of nothing. Chocolate chip. And the press went, ooh, and they clapped. Like some of the press corps. You talk about journalism. Journalism's dead. Walter Cronkite would lay down and die if he was to see, or he'd turn over in his grave, if he was to see what they're doing now, applaud, oh, over chocolate chip. Journalism is dead. So people are always asking who's in charge. The DNC's in charge. The DNC is a machine, a faceless machine of organization, and they are good at what they do. Every day, there is a list, a talking point list, bullet points of what they're going to talk about. I mentioned this last week, and some folks didn't know that. It goes out to everybody it goes out to mainstream press, it goes out to politicians, it's what they're going to talk about. So when you have Congress standing on the steps of Congress or the Senate on the steps of the Senate and talking to the press, they are going to push that stuff forward. Let me give you just a couple examples. This past week, we had that whole situation with the Moorish guys, or the Moorish sovereign movement that up in Massachusetts, and the headlines, when it all kind of, the dust kind of settled, what are the headlines? Moorish sovereigns had ARs. Moorish sovereigns had AR-15s. Moorish sovereigns had these specific type of Rudy Tooties. It's not an accident or a coincidence that they are that specific in the press. Even the White House has talking points of what they're going to be going. They're more organized than we have ever been. And they're consistent about that. They're in lockstep. I wrote down they're organized. They also use their assets better than we do. They use their talk shows. They use their late night comedians. if y'all didn't catch that during the 2016 election, one of the things that we learned about all of that, thanks to the Patriot Seth Rich, in part thanks to him, is that even the talk show guys at nighttime, the funny ha-ha shows, they're literally on the payroll of the DNC. They're talking points. They are propaganda. And they're using talking points as propaganda. And I just think they're just better than us because they're in lockstep with each other. And I even wrote this down. They're in the same direction. Downfall of and the destruction of the West. That's all they are into. Chipping away little at a time. And then we've got our side. Like, people are still buying T-Man Rudy Tooties. They're still buying. I saw one the other day. It was a big giant like Colt 4570 that said Trump 45. And people are still buying that stuff. They're still for sale. They're still having rallies. Why? Okay, it's kind of cool to see a rally with like 80,000 people show up, but why? To what end? To what purpose? Well, right now, those rallies are all about the new social media platform. That's propaganda as well. It's in part about that new social media platform. But we're sitting here talking about somebody that's not even an elected official at this point, not even like leading anything. But he may run for Congress. He's not going to run for Congress. Stop it. Silliness. And that's what we're going in circles about. We're just not, I wrote this down, we're not united. All right, let me tell you what I'm unhappy about. Lindsey Graham out of South Carolina. And old Pat Toomey. Where's Pat out of? Yeah, Rhode Island. The Rhode Island Pat Toomey in his forehead. That's a little mean. I know it's a little bit of ad hominem, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm not refilming, but I see his forehead, and I'm like, freaking Pat Toomey. I know that's ad hominem. Don't start. I don't want to hear it. They're pro-universal background checks now. And here's what gets me frustrated. They're rhinos. Lindsey Graham has never missed an opportunity to stick his chicken wing up and go around and shooting like this in front of cameras. He did it just not that long ago at Palmetto State Armory. Got that chicken arm up, showing the world. And people are like, ooh, he's one of us. No, he's trying to get votes, and it is propaganda. And I like the guy. I opened with the fact that I like the guy. I think Lindsey Graham's funny. I have seen him do some press conferences, and I have pumped my fist at some of that stuff. Pro-universal background checks. Pat Toomey, pro-universal background checks. The GOA has an article on their website right now, and their words were, Lindsey Graham has been a thorn in the side of the pro-2A movement for decades. That's some harsh words. All of my shtick and my ad hominem and my nonsense and my Italian aside, that's some harsh words. A thorn in the side of the 2A movement. Some guy that stands in front of the press corps and said, if a gang was, if civilization was to fall apart and a gang was to come through my city, my neighborhood would be last because of me and my chicken wing. Have you seen that picture of him with the shotgun, like teaching some woman how to? It's cringe. It's nuclear cringe. So saying the word nuclear instead of nuclear. I know, I get it. Not all bad going on right now. Let me give you 3 little bright spots that went on this week in the House, on the House floor. Chip down in Texas did really, really well, like stood up, and it was good. Thomas Massey, of course, he's lighting some fires on the House floor this week out of Kentucky. And then, of course, Lauren Boebert, y'all saw we mentioned that last Thursday, but she's still on fire this week. So at least somebody's at least saying the words. But I'm just not happy. Like, I'm so frustrated. Like, we go forward 2 feet and we go backwards 3. We have people on our side that can't even toe the bleeping line. And I'm not happy. But I hope you're just as frustrated as I am. You should be. You should be. I'm not telling you how to feel, but you probably should be. Lindsey Graham. I like the guy. Not today. But I'm tired of people who pretend like they're on our side, and they're not. To anyone that's against us or our right to hold whatever, however we want, even if we hold it up with a chicken wing. Yep, from my cold, dead hands. Bye.